talk a little bit, just for a little bit of time, tell you a little bit about myself, and hopefully we can relate on some things. I know, we all got hearing aids and we all got stuff going on, so twinning. So let's just start it off. My name is Jonathan Hutcherson. I'm 17. And I'm from Wilmore, Kentucky, so right outside Lexington, but I'm up in Kentucky, go Big Blue, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, y'all are like, boo. And so I was on season 10 of The Voice, Team Pharrell, which was absolutely so awesome, and I'm so honored. And I think it's so cool because if I wasn't on that, I wouldn't be here speaking in front of every one of you amazing people, and that's just awesome for me. So I'm so glad I was on that, because I am where I am today for some of that, and I'm so thankful. So I'll just talk about kind of growing up in like two aspects. So I have the music aspect and the being hearing impaired aspect, because I figured that would be, just a little bit more relevant. So I'll start off with that. I've been hearing impaired since I was born. So I was born with, about half of my hearing, moderate to severe is the term. And I've had hearing aids ever since I was 2 or 3. I'm not sure which, but I think it's 2. So most of my life I've had hearing aids, and I've had the big ones, and now they kind of slowly got smaller and smaller. And I had the molds that fill my ear, and now they're kind of getting smaller. But and I saw some of the colored molds out there in your ear, and that's super cool. I never got that. I was never as cool as you guys, so I'm sorry. I'm just gonna tell you that up front. So in school, and y'all might relate y'all will relate to some of this. I went to a public school, so some of you guys I don't know how many of you guys have been to public school before this, but it's a little different there, and I'll tell you kind of the funny stuff that went on. But a lot of times for me, not a lot of times, but sometimes I couldn't always hear the teachers. And so, I had a little file that went with me, so I'd have to sit in the front. I had to sit in the front because it helped me hear it. Not all the time I wanted to do that. I'm like, I just want to sit with my friends. I want to be like, I'm normal. Let me do what I do. And so sometimes I did. But a lot of times I couldn't always hear what my teachers were saying. And a lot of times I couldn't hear what my friends were saying. And so I don't know if y'all do this, but I do it. I say what about 1,000 times. So I say like, what, sorry, what? I have to do it because most of the time I don't understand, at that time I didn't. And still today I say what a lot and probably get some of my mom's nerves a little bit, my family's nerves. And so I'd have to do that. And I don't know if you do this. I always thought this was funny, or at least I think this is funny now. But sometimes I would say like, if someone would say something and they'd be like, blah, 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 I'll say something. And I would just pick a word that I thought answered what they said. If I had no clue what they say, so they said like I like dogs and I didn't hear it, I would just say oh yes, or I just pick a word because I honestly sometimes I couldn't hear, so I had like yes, okay, what, like there's all these phrases I would just use because I have no clue what they're saying. I'm just gotta okay, like you just gotta go with it so they think you know what you're talking about, but you don't. And also I would always respond to common phrases and stuff like that. And I always got, who raise your hand if you ever got asked this question. What is in your ear? Anyone get asked that question? I get asked it all the time. I'd be like, I got some, I'm alien, I'm a robot, you know what? I got some cool stuff going on up there. Y'all don't got that. I can see, read minds and stuff now. But I get that asked all the time. What's in your ear? My little kid. Like when I was in elementary school, I remember I was in the bathroom one time and this kid came up to me and just touched my ear gently from behind. I was like, oh my God, what's he doing? And I'm like, what is he? Why did you can't do that? No, my mom was like, you don't let no one touch your hearing aid. No, get back. But no, I'd have to explain their hearing aids and they're like, why do you wear them? I'm like, because I can't hear good. Like, duh. Like, what other? Yeah, I know what I'm saying. So I got to ask that question a lot. And one of my least favorite things that would happen, except I'm worse about it now. When I was younger, I kind of was just like, whatever. But my battery would go out in the middle class. That's not good. I'd be in the middle and be like, oh, this is so interesting. I love Indians. Indians are cool. Native Americans, man, like that's really cool. What? And I have no clue what's going on after that because the battery goes out and then I'm like half a ear or both ears depending on what time I put the batteries in. And so I'm like, Okay, so that was never always fun if the battery went out. And today, like recently, I was talking with someone about it, but like when I was younger, I was kind of lenient about it. I'd be like, okay, the battery went out, okay. But when I'm older now, I can't go. So I'm like, oh my gosh, like I literally can't hear. Like I realize how much it is a difference when we don't have our hearing aids. I think it was Axel over here, was asking me, my boy, he was like, hey, can you hear if you take your hearing aids off? I'm like, barely. So I'm like, imagine being hearing impaired and then your hearing aids don't even work. Like y'all know what I'm talking about. It's not fun for a little bit. But yeah, so that was kind of school. I mean, it's pretty much, I would say, hopefully we went through the same things. I'm thinking, or else I'm just extra weird. Wouldn't surprise me. Y'all probably getting that vibe, I know. But yeah, so like in life, let me take a drink of water, just the awkward part. Let me just salute it. Ready? Everyone knows. Don't pretend like you don't know. It's awkward. So I wrote life, and this is how hearing impairment, kind of affects my life a little bit, and how it's just makes me unique and special, different, whatever. I think that like with certain things, like I know if y'all know who has like headphones they have. Anybody like have like actual muffs you put on, or like ear? Do you have to take your hearing aids off when you do? Yeah, that gets a little annoying. I mean, when I was young, it didn't bother me. Like okay, gotta put it on, or if someone's trying to talk to you, like I can't hear you. Let me take it off, and you gotta put everything back on. That's a little thing, right? You know what I'm saying? That is one thing. Cell phones, I still have trouble with that. Like I still have to take my hearing aid out for cell phones when I'm calling someone. So like if I'm talking to someone, it's loud, I'll take both of them out. And then someone's trying to talk to me, I have to put them both back in. I'm like, start over. It's always something going on with that. But hey, I don't know if y'all know this, but I was told I had a hearing appointment, and they're saying they're starting to go heavily Bluetooth, especially just in the ears. Like this stuff right here might be gone soon, and then everything I'm saying just goes straight to your ear. So like if you're listening on your phone, you get a call, goes straight to ear, no headphones, no watches. Which I'm excited about that. Yo, I'm just saying, soon, everyone's laughing at us now, but soon we're gonna be laughing at them. Cause you know what I'm saying? Yeah, we're gonna be doing that. So y'all be ready, I'm just saying, couple years, watch out now, so yes, that was a big thing. I always had to take them off. I know it's little, but you always remember those little things because it's something that just kind of goes into your life. Who plays sports? Anybody play sports? Okay. Anybody play basketball? Okay. Baseball? Okay. There we go. I played baseball and basketball when I was younger. I love those sports. Anybody who runs? Who just does like cross country? Anybody do like cross country? There we go. Twinning. Yeah, so I do cross country, I do track. As of actually right now I'm homeschooled, so I guess I'm not doing it. But I love cross country, I love track. But what does a brother have to do if it's on a hot day and you're sweating bad? The aids, they come off, okay? You gotta take them off. So that means you're running, and he's like, your time is, what? I can't hear your time. There's always something you can't hear when you're running. Someone's trying to talk to you about life, because when you're running, you're on the trail or something, you can't always hear what they're saying. And so you kind of do, like I said, the common phrases, okay. Like you just say something that you think kind of goes with it. But on a serious note, guys, and I think we can all relate here, I'll be honest with you. And it took me a little while. I'd say there's always still a little bit of this in me, but I think that something that we have with hearing aids is it's a little bit of a vulnerability. Anybody know? Y'all know what that word means. So I'm just making sure that's vulnerability. Sometimes I feel like a little bit insecure about it. And I'll tell you some instances. And I'll tell you why. But like there were some things where growing up, I'm like I wonder what someone would think about me. I have hearing aids. They don't. Like, how do they think about me? That's real. I mean, we think that, right? What does someone who doesn't have hearing aids think about me? What about the girl I like? Oh, no. What does she think? She's like, oh, what is this man? What's he doing? Like, he's weird. Does she think that? Or she's like, oh, he's cool. Whatever. Is it an outward sort of thing? Is it like hearing aids? Is it all like a physical attraction? Or is it just like hearts thing? Is it, like, is there something a little bit more? That's what I'm trying to kind of hint into. But I always wondered, like, I wondered if, someone, like, what are people thinking about me a little bit? You have instances like, I know if you get a haircut, I get my haircut sometimes at a barber, what do you call them? Barbers, yeah, barbershop, whatever. And I get my haircut there sometimes, and I got to tell them, hey, bro, I'm hearing impaired. You just got to yell at me, straight up. I don't know. Has anyone told you have to tell people, hey, just yell at me. I can't hear it, just yell. It's always funny. It makes me so mad. You're like, you tell me you're hearing impaired, and you're like, okay, so I can't, I don't understand. Could you say that again? So let's say they're like, okay, hey, can you get this for me? And you're like, okay, so I didn't hear that. Can you say that again? What do? They say it the same level and the same speed. Oh, can you get that for me? No, I want you to yell it. I can't hear it, so say it louder. Say it fast, or like something where I can slower, like so I can hear it. But no, they just repeat it at the same level. So now that leaves me with like 3 or 4 more whats that I have to say. Hey, what? Before they're like, oh, I gotta yell at it. I'm like, yeah, just yell it at me. It's okay. Everyone's gonna think you're weird, but I don't. I think it's fine. I need to hear it. But yeah, so that's same with haircuts or anywhere. People just yell at me. I need it. Swimming, gotta take them off. You know what I'm saying? That's always something. You're playing and someone's trying to talk to you, you can't hear. I mean, that's always something I struggle with or something. And even something as a guy, like if I'm hanging out with some of my guy friends or we're staying the night or at, one of their houses or something, and, it's time to go to bed. Sometimes, us guys, we joke around, we goof off a little bit. Well, not all the time. I can hear it because I'm like, I don't know when I need to take them off, because sometimes I'll take them off thinking I got to go to bed, and they start saying something silly. Everyone's laughing. I have no clue what's going on. And I go put them back in and like act like, oh no. It's a bell or something. Okay, I'm good. Okay, I was like, oh my gosh. What's going on? I'll go. Yeah, so the little things like that. But what I'm trying to get at, guys, is, yes, you have a hearing aid. Yes, we have hearing aids, but that's not the thing that matters, What? And I know it's cheesy, and y'all have heard it, but what matters is on the inside, What? How's your heart, And the moment I stopped going, hey, what do they think about me? Do they think this and go, worry about what really matters, not the outside, not what's socially accepted, or not cultural, and what they say you have to fit in here and you have to fit there, you have to look like this. What about how your heart's supposed to look? No one talks about that. Do we ever talk about how your heart's supposed to look? We don't. I don't think that. And I just want you guys to know that no one has. You are you. You're unique. Like no one's you. No one's Todd. See Todd? No one's ever going to be Todd over there. My boy, I mean, he's got flowing locks. No one's gonna be Todd, okay? That's awesome, right? No one's gonna be me. No one's gonna be you. Like they're not gonna be you. So embrace that. Go, hey, I'm me. Like how cool is that? Yeah, I might have hearing aids, but you don't have hearing aids. So who says hearing aids are bad? Who said hearing aids was like different? Well, I think that's normal. We got hearing aids. So what? Like, hey, cool, that's me. You don't have hearing aids. You're weird. How about that? How about that? You know what I'm saying? You can just think about. It's about what's inside your heart that matters, I think. And I'll kind of elaborate a little bit toward the end of how I think, kind of what I feel about that even more. But I guess how's music? Okay, here you go. Salute. She thinks it's funny. Thank you. I appreciate it. Yeah, so I've been singing ever since I can remember. I would have something like this, and when I was 3 years old, with my big old, brown hearing aids, size of, I don't know, Texas. I get there with my hymnal, act like I was directing the choir. I mean, I've loved music ever since I was a kid. And so I sang at a church when I was 3 years old. So that was kind of like the first time I sang. I was too young to have nerves, I don't think. I sang a song called Victory in Jesus. Anybody older folks want to know that a little bit? Okay. And so that's one of my favorite songs. I grew up on hymns. I still listen to them every day. And so that's something I thought, being at 3, I've always kind of just loved music. Piano, I started learning piano when I was 6 years old. Took piano lessons for a long time. I should be better than I am. I didn't practice as much, I'll be honest with you. But I love piano, and then I started learning guitar. So I have a couple instruments. I got to learn drums. Drums are cool. Come on. Yeah. All the guys love drums. Just bash on something. But I gotta learn that. But I when I was younger, about 6 or 7, 8, y'all are, some of you guys about that age, I got really scared about singing. Like, I always loved singing at home, but like, I didn't want to sing out at all. And my mom was like, Jonathan, you gotta sing. It was first grade. And my mom was like, you gotta sing this talent show. I was like, no, Mom, you gotta sing this talent show. No, Mom, I don't want to. I'm crying, tears, just soaking the floor, I'm like, no, I don't want to do this. And she's like, okay, I love you. Mama. And then next year, 2nd grade comes around, and I'm crying, tears everywhere. No, Mama, no, Mama. And she said, you don't have a choice, Jonathan. You're gonna sing. And that was the first time I told people. That's the first time my mom was like, you're doing it. She's. I've got my fair share of spankings. Like I'm like, she's disciplined, but she's never like forced me without my will. That's another story. That's totally different. But this time she's like, Jonathan, no, you're gonna sing. You're going to sing. God's given you an awesome gift to do this, and I want you to do it. And I thank my mom. She's sitting right in the front. I look at her every once in a while, make sure I'm not being like stupid or something. Hands up for Mama. Can we get a little? I wouldn't be here without this lovely woman. Can I get an amen? No. So she's awesome, and she made me do it, and I'm thanking her for it, because after that, I go there and I sing. First 3 seconds, I'm so nervous, and then I'm like, this is amazing, what am I missing? It took just that initial thing. With anything in life, guys, I'd say for growth, there always has to be a little bit of risk, to get better, there always has to be a little risk. There's not, I'm not saying be, crazy and stupid, but there always just has to be a little bit of something, this is uncomfortable. I used to say to myself, like, if it's uncomfortable, not everything you should do, but I'm saying if it's uncomfortable, that might be something that I'm lacking in. It might be an area that I need to grow in. Why not try it and be a little bit more comfortable? Same with music. And so I got comfortable with it, and I love it, and I didn't ever speak. I just sang, and then finally I'm like, it's kind of fun to speak or maybe make a couple people laugh, and then I'm like, talk in front of you guys. Like it takes. I would never be here if I didn't start somewhere. So you're never going to be somewhere you want to be if you don't start it. You just got to try it. With anything you love, sports, music, anything like that. I started singing at churches, talent shows, little fairs, just anywhere I could, anywhere that I was invited. Never got really paid or anything. I just, loved doing it. And main thing, once I started getting, I was like, man, people are getting paid for doing this. And I started talking to my mom and dad about it. They're like, Jonathan, this is experience. You need to get better. You just need to learn about it. And that if that comes, that comes. But yeah, so I started singing places, and then it also, at this time, I guess, time-wise, I'm like 14, 15, I'm getting older, I'm starting to, I want to do this. I want to do this for my life. Like, I want to actually be a singer-songwriter. I love to write songs. Singer-songwriter, I want to tour and sing in front of the world, and you know what I'm saying? Write some songs. Y'all can hear them. But I wanted to do it. And so that's when I was like, you know what, I like The Voice. That was the time The Voice started to come out. And then American Idol. Everybody knows American Idol. So I'm like, this is, I was excited. And so we just did it for fun, me, my mom, and my dad. We went up. I have 3 younger brothers and a sister we just adopted. They stayed at home. But we went up with someone. It wasn't just like crazy, okay? But we went up to Chicago and auditioned for The Voice. Just open call. Let's see what happened. And I didn't make it. That was season 9, the same one from the dude who's in Kentucky, Jordan Smith, who won it. Y'all probably know about him. So that was the same one I was auditioning for. I did not make that one. But they're like, we like you, just a little bit more work, just keep trying and, maybe come back and stuff. And they emailed me a couple months later and was like, Jonathan, why don't you come back and do it again? And do a private audition, this time in Nashville. Come to Nashville, sing for us, and we'll try it again. And I did that, and they liked me this time. And they said, you were good, and we're excited, you've improved. Let's go. Let's send you out to LA for a week, just to try, just see if you keep making it. So, okay, I guess I'll go. No, I'd never been on a plane, so that was the first time I was on a plane, so that was awesome. I'd never been out past, the left side of Kentucky, or, right there, just like that. Kentucky, Tennessee, Georgia, Florida, just that beautiful line of southern stronghold power right there. Never moved. So I finally just crossed the boundary, and I went to LA and and sang, and I made it past that, and then I went out there for a month after that, and got to make it on the stage with 2 spots left, one on Pharrell and one on Christina, and I luckily made it on Pharrell's, which is so awesome, so awesome. I was so blessed, and so I got to be on season 10, and that was just amazing. And through the time, it ended up being 2 months I was out in LA, so I actually could say I lived in California for 2 months, which is kind of cool. I'd say that. So that was cool. 2 months with me and my mama, just me and her battling out. You know, it was just super fun. We had money. They gave us money every day to just go eat. So we ate at the same restaurants and stuff. Like, you know, it was only about like 5 or 6. So after a while, it kind of got a little interesting. But, you know, we made do. I got it, you know, a couple pounds on me. Not gonna lie. But I weighed this much. I don't know how much I weighed, but I knew I weighed a little bit more by the time I was on stage. It just happened. When you got a little bit of money, you're just gonna eat as much as you can, and I did, and I regret that. No, I'm saying. And so so it's just me and my mom, and we had hair. I had hair, wardrobe, makeup, and it sounds kind of weird, guys. I had makeup, but it was kind of fun. I'm not gonna lie. All the girls putting on makeup, I was like, dang, like this is cool. What, you know, for the show, obviously. Come on, I'm not like saying go put on makeup. I don't think you should do that. I think we gotta keep this mess straight. But what I'm saying, it was fun. I love getting hair done. I'm sitting with the lights, and I'm like, how cool is this? This is just cool. And I felt like a star. I felt like I was like at the top. I was like, oh, this is cool. Like, how could it get better than this? And so it was just an awesome time. And yeah, I guess a lot of people ask about Pharrell too. You know, he's just like what he looks like on TV. He's real, just kind of slow, not slow movie, just real like introspective looking, you know, always kind of stares at, you know, just like stares in your soul, and just like there's so much, I don't know, there's something different about that man. I haven't picked up on it yet, but he really is, they really do portray him the way that on TV is the same, and I think in real life. And but you know, I wrap all that little voice part up to say that it gave me a lot of confidence. It gave me, after all this time, this practice, a month, you know, I'm getting on the stage, about to sing this song. You know, you could just mess up and be done. A month of practicing, you know, you could be done, or someone not pick you. And that's scary. And I didn't want that. I was like, you know what, just go for it, you know. But it gave me that confidence. I'm developing it. I still develop to this day. This stuff gives me confidence, hopefully, to do more stuff. And it also gave me, it gave me friends for life. I met some people there that I'll never forget. I'm still friends with them. Amazing people, amazing influences on me, and just, I'm gonna have them for life. I mean, I still keep up with them. I still text them. They're just awesome people. And it also gave me, obviously, connections, things like this, where I can just, you know, hey, Jonathan, we saw you were on blah, 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 you know, just come and sing, come and talk. And a lot of actually opportunities kind of like this, and singing in front of people, or talking in front of people that are like me, which is awesome too. But I've got to sing a lot of cool places, and it's just so cool. And I would say that the voice has just a special place in my heart. Like the show, the time, I'll never forget it, ever. Not that I want to go back and change it all again. I would never. I love what happened. I'm glad I am where I am now. Like I wouldn't want more or less. That was what was supposed to happen, and I'm so blessed to have had that. But I was even writing the speech, writing it down, and I was like getting emotional. I'm like, this is important to me. Like I really, really enjoyed the show, and it was just family, and you know, you're doing what you love every single day, and people are telling you, you know, that's bad, but no, that's good. Like, you're just getting better, and you're kind of living like you what you want to live. You want to live. You're touring the world. Like, that's kind of what you're living like. You're doing hair, makeup. You're doing all the fun stuff, and it was fun. It was just fun. But I think that one of the big things that overarched all of it, the big thing about me, and I couldn't leave here without saying it, if you know. Like I would just have to say this, but one thing that kind of changed how I see life and changes how I handle life is my faith in Christ, my relationship with God. I'm a believer of Jesus Christ, and I will say that until I die. You know, that is the biggest thing that I could. If I could leave here, I would just hope you remember that about me. But I think that it says in Joshua 1:9, there's a verse that says, have I not commanded you to be strong and courageous? Do not be terrified, do not be discouraged, for the Lord your God will be with you wherever you go. And so I'm getting on this stage in front of millions actually, I didn't think, millions of people. And I'm like, this is a huge deal. I need a little courage for that, That's a scary thing. And I needed some courage for that. And I always thought about that verse. But not only courage, I need to get to the point where I needed strength. And there's another one, Philippians 4:13. So I can do all things in Christ who gives me strength. So now I'm courageous because God says I can be courageous. And he can give me, all the strength I need. So now I got double holsters. I'm ready, And also I can do that all I want. But I needed peace, I needed peace in this whole situation. And I need to feel comfort, and because this is nerve-wracking, so nerve-wracking, and you're all going to know it about anything in life, like speaking and all that stuff. It gets nerve-wracking, and I needed peace. And Jeremiah 29:11 says, "For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord. Plans for hope and for good plans, perfect plans that I have made for you." And so now I have courage. Now I have strength, and that I know God has my life. He knows what's going on, and He has a perfect plan for me, and I believe each and every one of you guys. And He has a perfect plan, and so now I know if I didn't make it on Team 4L, if I didn't make past the blind round or battle rounds, or if I did make it past the battle round, that was a part of His plan. So now I have peace. I don't have to worry. I didn't make it past the battle rounds, but that's okay because that gave me peace. I said, I wanted when I prayed before I went on, when I was talking to God, I said, God, I want what you have for me because you said this plan's perfect, and now I believe you, okay? So if you don't want me to go past this point, then that's what I want. If you want me to go past this point, then that's what I want. And so that's just a big part of me and the big comfort. So y'all say, don't you get nervous? How do you do it? That's how I do it. I pray to God that He just give me that strength. And I do believe that that's how I can get up here and do these things. And I do all this and I say all these fun things and say, hey, you know what? That's how awesome my God is. And so I'm so blessed. And I'm so blessed that what He's given me. And I'm so blessed I could be in front of you guys today and say, just talk about stuff and just talk about how we're similar and how we kind of go through things together. And I'm just thankful for all of you guys. And if I just know that you're special, and know that what matters is your heart, not what people say about you, but I believe what God says about you. And He says that He loves you, that you're important, and He wants to know you. He wants to know who you are. And so that's what I know every day when I wake up. And I pray you guys know that. But you guys are amazing, and we're all twins, or triple, 1,000, whatever that is. And you guys are awesome. Thank you. But I have a fun song before I kind of end. If I'm doing good on time, am I doing good on time? I'm gonna do a fun song, and if that's okay. I just want y'all. If y'all want to dance with me, kind of a dance song. If y'all want to sing with me, I need people kind of pumped up for this. We got to end on a good note. All right, let's go. Okay. I got this feeling inside my bones. Come on. It goes electric wavy when I turn it on. All through the city, all through my home. We're flying up the ceiling when we're in our zone. I've got that sunshine in my pocket, I got that good soul in my feet. Feel that hot blood in my body when it drops. And I can't take my eyes off of it, moving so phenomenally. Like the way we rock it, so don't stop. And under the lights when everything goes. Come on. When I'm getting you close, when we move, yeah, you already know. So just imagine Y'all ready? Just imagine. Dance with me. Yeah, nothing I can see, but when you dance, 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 feeling good, good, creeping up on you, just dance. All this peace, I shouldn't do what you dance, dance, dance. Ain't nobody leaving the sun. Come on, sticky dance. Can't stop the feeling, can't stop the feeling. When you dance, 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 can't stop the feeling. When you dance, dance, can't stop the feeling. When you dance, 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 can't stop the feeling. Oh.